Hello teachers, learners, and parents. Sir Jeff po, at your service. Alam nyo ba na meron tayong website na tinatawag na DepEd Commons? Ang DepEd Commons ay binuo upang gawing accessible ang pagtuturo at pag-aaral dito sa ating bansa gamit lamang ang inyong mga smart devices gaya ng cellphones, tablets, at computers. Dito ay maaari nating ma-access ang iba't ibang learning materials mula sa Department of Education. Meron itong mga interactive materials, electronic self-learning modules, at instructional video lessons mula sa DepEd TV na tiyak na makatutulong sa pag-aaral ng mga mag-aaral galing ka man sa public o private school. Walang problema dahil welcome ang lahat dito. Para ito sa mga guro, magulang at mga mag-aaral mula sa kinder hanggang grade 12, alternative learning system o ALS, at pati na rin ang special education. At huwag kang mag-alala dahil kahit walang load ay maaari mong ma-access ang mga learning materials. Tama! Libre ito. Ang kailangan mo lamang gawin ay i-on ang iyong data at buksan lamang ang iyong browser at i-type ang commons.deped.gov.ph. Alam na ba ng iyong mga kasamahang guro o mag-aral ang tungkol sa DepEd Commons? I-share mo na ang video na ito upang matuto rin sila kung paano gagamitin ang DepEd Commons sa mabilis at napakadaling paraan. Muli, ito po si Sir Jeff at kita-kits po tayo sa DepEd Commons. Paalam!
Magandang araw! Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Ayan, good morning po sa lahat ng mga nakatutok ngayon sa ating session for Remediation for High School Mathematics. Ayan po, good morning po. I am Tutor Prince. So for today po, ang ating bibigyan ng focus for Remediation ay ang topic po na solving systems of linear equations in two variables. Ayan, good morning po. Ma'am Aida Rebuta Anghag. Good morning po, Ms. Shirley Sabog Sanchez, Ms. Ria Gutierrez. And nice ko rin po ang banggitin. Okay, special mention po ngayon ang ating paaralan sa Navotas City, ang Kaunlaran High School. Good morning po sa inyong mga teachers po dyan sa buong pamunuan ng Kaunlaran High School sa Navotas City. Maraming salamat po sa buong supporter po ninyo sa iba't ibang platforms po ng DepEd for Blended Learning. Okay, so we can start now. Dahil ang magiging method natin to solve systems of linear equations ay elimination, where we have to add or subtract equations. Ibig sabihin nito, dapat master na natin or medyo master na natin ang pag-subtract or add ng integers. So umpisahan muna natin sa maikling review on addition and subtraction of integers. So gamit natin yung board natin. Let's start with 8 plus negative 8. Alright, so what is the answer when we add 8 and negative 8? Next would be negative 7 minus 3. Yan. And third, let's have negative 10 plus 10. Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking for answers now. Okay, parang narinig ko itong pangalan ni Ezra kanina kay Ma'am May. 8. Bakit 8? Wait lang. Good morning, Ma'am Rose Ann. Bakit 8 ang nagiging sagot ninyo? Saan ano number yung 8 na yan? 8 plus negative 8. Okay, remember, 8 and negative 8, okay, they are called or considered additive inverses of each other. Yan. Meron tayong sagot from Brooksheld Rabago. Tama siya. So, ang sagot dyan ay 0. Remember, when we add integers that are additive inverses of each other, the result is always 0. What about number 2? What is negative 7 minus 3? Si Brooksheld, meron siyang sagot, kaso lang, feeling ko may kulang sa kanyang, oo nga pala, sorry. Okay, I used the, yan, sige. Gumamit pala ako ng red ink, hindi pala kita sa board. Yeah, negative 7 minus 3 ang number 2. Negative 10 plus 10 ang number 3. Okay, thank you for mentioning that. Salamat sa mga nakapansin na hindi pala kita sa board yung aking sulat. Ayan. Negative 7 minus 3 na tayo. Okay, tama yung mga bigyan ng sagot ng negative 10. Okay, bakit negative 10? Negative 7 minus 3. Alin sa dalawa yung negative? Yung negative 7, syempre. So, ibig sabihin, yung 3 dito ay positive. Ibig sabihin, for us to subtract the two integers, we follow the rule CTS. Tama? Change the sign of the subtrahend. So, magiging negative yung 3. And then, we're going to proceed to addition. So, we have negative 7 plus negative 3 equals negative 10. So, we're adding now integers of the same sign. That's why we have to copy lang the common sign and affix the sum of the absolute values of the integers given. Last na lang. Negative 10 plus 10. What is negative 10 plus 10? Anyone? What is negative 10 plus 10? Yan, so tama yung mga sumagot ng 0 for number 1. Okay. Ayan. So meron tayo ulit from Brooksheld. Kasi pag nabatan ko si Brooksheld, ha? Okay, pati yung given binibigay niya. Okay. Yes. Tama ulit. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0. Bakit? Because negative 10 and 10 are again additive inverses of each other. So when we add them, the result is 0. Okay. Now, let's proceed to our focus today. Okay, let's begin with a problem. Okay, that will prompt us to come up with a system of linear equations. Let me read the problem. The sum of two numbers is 32 and their difference is 6. So we have to find the numbers. So again, this is the first part ng ating problem. We have there a verbal statement that we can translate into equations. Okay? So the sum of two numbers is 32. So the word clue there is sum. Ibig sabihin, the operation is addition. So we have, to add, how many numbers? Two numbers. So let's use x and y, as the variables to represent the unknowns, the two numbers in the problem. So we have x plus y. So this expression translates the phrase sum of two numbers. Okay. Now, to make it an equation, how do we translate is 32? So, is, can be written as equal sign. And then 32, we'll simply write 32. So, we have now the first linear equation in two variables in our system. Next, their difference is 6. O, their, ibig sabihin, yung two numbers, ang difference nila ay 6. Okay. So let's assume na ang x ay larger than y. That's why their difference is 6. Or we're assuming also that x and y are positive numbers. So we have x minus y equals 6. Yeah. So this is our second equation for the system. X minus y equals 6. So now that our equations for the system are complete, we can now solve the system itself. And kaya nabinigay ko kanina, ang ating magiging method to solve the system is elimination. So when we say elimination as a method to solve a system of linear equations, we're going to add or subtract equations. And our purpose is to eliminate one variable muna, syempre. So let's look at the equation. So we have our freedom of choice. Ano gusto mong ma-eliminate? Yung x o yung y? Okay, so if we're going to eliminate x, so we can see that in both equations, ang coefficient ng x ay yung invisible 1. So ibig sabihin, para ma-eliminate ang x, we simply have to subtract the two equations kasi 1 minus 1, 0. So pag 0 na yung coefficient, ibig sabihin the variable will be eliminated. Now, if you opt to eliminate y, okay, look at the coefficients. Plus y, ibig sabihin, positive yung coefficient ng y dito, which means positive 1. Dito sa minus y, we assume na negative yung coefficient ng y, which is negative 1. So pag positive 1, negative 1, those are inverses, kagaya dito. Yan. So, para maging 0 yung result, we just simply have to add. Okay? So, i-add natin yung equations if we opt to eliminate y. Kasi the coefficients of y in both equations are additive inverses. Okay. Now, let's see if we will eliminate x. So, again, para ma-eliminate yung x, kailangan mag-subtract. Okay. So, magma-minus tayo. So, enclose ko sa parentheses itong second equation. Kung bakit yung magiging minuend natin, subtrahend, yung sa taasin yung minuend. So, we have to subtract. Okay. So, let's subtract term by term. So, x minus x, or 1x minus 1x is just 0. So, cancelled, eliminated. Okay. So, we have nothing to write here. Now, what is positive y, okay, minus negative y? Or, let's copy muna the variable y. Okay? And then we have to write the coefficient of y in the difference of the two equations. So, what is positive 1, the coefficient of y in the first equation, minus negative 1, the coefficient of y in the second equation. Again, what is positive 1 minus negative 1? Positive 1 minus, okay, let me write it here. Positive 1, or simply 1, minus negative 1. So again, remember, when we subtract integers, we have to change the sign of the subtrahend, then we proceed to addition. So we have 1 plus positive 1 now. So, which means positive 1 minus negative 1 is 2. So 2y. Now, equals 1. Let's have 32 minus 6. 2y equals what? 32 minus 6 is 26. Yan. So we have the resulting equation, which is 2y equals 26. Now, how do we get the value of y given this equation? So, since 2y is equal to 26, we just have to divide both sides by 2, the coefficient of 1. So, let's do that. Let's show that on the board. So, 2y over 2, we can cancel the coefficient of y. So, we only have y on the left side. Equals 26 over 2. Yeah, 13. Right. So, ibig sabihin, we have already obtained, or we have already found out one of the numbers referred to in the problem, which is 13. Now, how can we find the value of the other number? So, ibig sabihin, we have to substitute the value of y that we have just obtained to any of the two equations in the system. So, if we're going to use the first equation, so we have to substitute the value of y to the equation. So, we have x plus 13 equals 32. So, x plus 13 equals 32. So, if x plus 13 is 32, what is the value of x? And so, this is an addition equation where one of the addends is missing, one of the addends is given, but the sum is given naman din. So, how do we find the result? How do we find the value of x? Well, may mga nakakapasok ng mga parang ano dito. Nagpo-promote ng, I don't know, a great opportunity. Okay. So x plus 13 equals 32. To get the value of x, we will simply subtract the sum 32 to the given addend 13. So we get that x is 19. Yan. So tama yung assumption natin na x is larger than y. So 19 yung x. Now let's see if we're going to obtain the same result kapag naman ang ginamit nating equation ay yung pangalawa to determine the value of x. So x minus y equals 6. So ibig sabihin, to that equation, we substitute the value of y, which is 13. So x minus 13 equals 6. So this is now a subtraction equation where the minuend is missing, the subtrahend is given, the difference is also given. So kapag minuend ang nawawala, yan, pag nawawala, we will have to add the subtrahend and the difference. So ibig sabihin, 13, which is the subtrahend, plus 6, the difference. What is 13 plus 6? Okay? It is also equal to 19. Ibig sabihin, the two numbers referred to in the problem are 19 and 13. Okay? So, we're done with solving problem number 1. So, ang ginawa natin ay, nag-set up tayo ng equations and we solve the system of the linear equations in two variables. Okay, nakakasunod ba tayo? Ayan. So, tama si Kenneth Gabriel, tama si Brooke Sheld, 19 minus 13 equals 6. Okay, let's have naman this time some more examples in solving systems of linear equations. So, mamaya tayo magsasolve ng problem after we have practiced, okay, solving systems of linear equations. So, ang topic na ito ay natuturo sa grade 8 maths. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-grade 9 ka na, nag-grade 10 and so on, dapat baon-baon mo na to sa bawat klase ninyo sa math. Okay. Oops. Let's have an example of a system of linear equation. Negative x plus y equals 1. And then negative 2x plus y equals 0. Sige nga. Okay. If you are to decide, okay, which variable, okay, in the system should be eliminated, you must convenient. Sige nga, will it be the x or the y? Hello, may kausap pa ba ako dito? Meron naman, no? Ayan. Okay. So again, we have here another system of linear equations in two variables, namely x and y. So we're going to use elimination as the method to solve the system. Yes, meron tayong sagot from Judy Ann Garobin. Yes. Why? So why ang mas convenient na eliminate? Kasi we can see na the y in both equations have the same coefficient. Okay? Ibig sabihin, we can already or immediately use addition or subtraction, any of the two na dapat magamit. So since parehas naman ang coefficients, ibig sabihin, we have to subtract again. Okay? So we have to subtract the equations to eliminate y immediately. Bakit hindi pwede yung x na i-eliminate agad? Kasi sa first equation, ang coefficient niya ay negative 1. Sa second equation, ang coefficient niya ay negative 2. So negative 1 and negative 2. Kaya mag-add ka or mag-subtract ka, you will not get 0 as the result. Ibig sabihin, you will have to do an extra step. And we will learn that later. Okay? Kapag talagang walang choice, kundi mag-extra step tayo. Okay, so for now, let's solve this by elimination using subtraction. Okay, so let's copy muna the variable that cannot be eliminated at this moment, which is the x, and y. We will eliminate that already because y minus y is 0. Now, what should be the coefficient of x in the resulting equation? Negative 1 minus negative 2. Again, that's negative 1 minus negative 2. Again, negative 1 minus negative 2. Anyone who could give me the right answer? What is negative 1 minus negative 2? Okay, So tama ba si Ma'am Socorro Eranista? X equals 1? Right, so let's see. So change the sign of the subtrahend. So magiging positive yung 2. Then we have to add. So negative 1 plus positive 2. Negative 1 plus positive 2 ay equal sa positive 1. So tama si Ma'am Socorro Eranista. Okay, so 1 yung magiging sagot. So 1 yung coefficient ng x, but that's should not be written anymore kasi nga pag x na, ibig sabihin understood na 1 yung coefficient niya. Next. Equals. What is 1 minus 0? Definitely, the answer is 1. So, the resulting equation already presents the value of x. So, x is 1. Yan. So, mag-smiley tayo dyan. Yan. So, one of the variables, okay, is already solved. So, x equals 1. Now, let's solve for y using the obtained value of x, or for x. So, let's substitute this value to any of the two equations. So, we have negative x plus y equals 1. Yeah. So when we substitute, let's copy muna the original equation. So negative x plus y equals 1. So let's substitute. So negative of 1 plus y equals 1. So this is where the substitution comes in. We replace x with 1, the obtained value for x. What is negative of 1? It's negative 1. Plus y equals 1. Yan. So, ang negative 1 increased by y, ang naging result ay 1. So, what should be the value of y? This is again an addition equation where one of the addends is missing, one of the addends is given, and the sum is given. So, we have to subtract the sum, which is 1, to the given addend, which is negative 1. So, y should be equal to 1 minus negative 1. Tama? Or yung idea na, i-transpose mo yung negative 1 sa kabilang side. So, magiging 1 minus, tama ba? O magiging 1 plus 1. So, that gives the other form of 1 minus negative 1. Kasi diba, we have to change the sign and then add. So, 1 minus negative 1 can be written as 1 plus 1. So, the answer is 2. So, y is 2. Now, let's see if 1 and 2 are really the solutions to the system. So, negative of x and negative of 1 plus 2. So, negative 1 plus 2, is it really equal to positive 1? What is negative 1 plus 2? It's equal to 1, positive 1. Therefore, 1 is equal to itself. So, negative 1 and 2 are the correct solution. So, kung hindi ka pa convincido, you try substituting again the values of x and y sa second equation. So, negative 2x plus y equals 0. So, negative 2 times the value of x, which is 1, plus the value of y, which is 2. Is it equal to 0? So, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And then plus 2, is it really equal to 0? You have additive inverses ulit. Negative 2 and positive 2. So when you add them, you should get 0 as the result. And 0 is indeed equal to 0. So we have come up with the correct solutions to the system, 1 and 2. Okay, so we're done answering the given system of equations. Let's have another. Okay, so this time talagang we have to do the extra step kasi ang ating coefficients ay hindi parehas at hindi rin additive inverses. Yan. We have x minus 2y equals 4 and 2x minus 4y equals 8. Yan. So, hindi parehas ang coefficients ng x at hindi rin sila additive inverses kasi 1 at saka 2 yan. Sa y naman, we have negative 2 and negative 4 as the coefficients. Hindi sila parehas, hindi rin sila additive inverses. So, pwede tayo mag-decide kung x ba or y ba. So, either way, we have to do the extra step. So, kung x ang ating pipiliin, okay, so let me ask you kung x ang ating pipiliing i-eliminate, what do we have to do? Para ma-eliminate nga yung x. Okay, good morning po good morning Paja Adatan. Okay, all the way from General Santos District. Hello, good morning po. Good morning din sa Pangaw Integrated School, 6 Escoda. Okay, that's from Acacia. Taga doon pala si Acacia, Ariola. Okay, now, let's go back. So, we have to eliminate a variable. So, piliin natin yung x, okay, para ma-eliminate natin yung x. What do we have to do? Take note, 2 yung coefficient ng x sa second equation, while sa first, 1 lang yan. Okay? So, we have 1 saka 2. Yan. So, 1 and 2 yung coefficient. Now, what if, okay, we also decide kung ano yung magiging operation na gagamitin. Di ba pwedeng addition, pwedeng subtraction in eliminating the variable. So, let's see. If I am going to add the 2 coefficients, so magiging 1 plus 2, tama? What should be done para ang maging result ay 0? Sige nga. Anyone who could suggest what I should do to eliminate, okay, the coefficient, to eliminate variable x? Or, ibig sabihin nun, dapat ang maging sum ng coefficients ng x ay 0 na lang. Anyone? Okay, multiply equation 1 by -2. That's from Judy Ann Gerobin. Okay? So I think siguro itong si Judy Ann medyo ano na siya. Master niya na yung ating lesson. And si Cyril Joyce then multiply equation 1 to -2. Okay. So let's apply that suggestion dito muna sa ating coefficient. So if we're going to multiply the coefficient 1, okay, the coefficient of x in the first equation by -2, so magiging siyang 1 times -2. Tama? Plus 2 equals 0. 1 times -2 ay -2. Plus 2 equals 0. So tama. So magiging 0 nga yung result kapag multiply yung coefficient ng 1, okay, by -2. So if that applies to the coefficients, we have to apply that to the entire equation. Meaning, both sides of equation 1 should be multiplied to -2. Okay, let's show that. Okay, so equation 1, which is x minus 2y, okay, equals 4. So, kinlose na ito sa parentheses kasi nga we have to multiply it by -2. So, ganun din na magiging itsura sa right side. So, we have to multiply both sides of the equation by -2. So, applying distributive property sa left side, we should get -2x, tama ba? -2x, tama? And then -2 times -2 is +4. And then just affix the y variable. And then equals -2 times 4 is, what is -2 times 4? -8. So this is the resulting equation. Okay? So if this is equation 1, this is equation 2, the resulting equation could be labeled as equation 3. Okay. Now, so we can rewrite the system now as, okay, -2x plus 4y equals -8. And then the second equation, na hindi natin ginalaw or what ang ginawa, okay, kung mag-equation man yung nag-adjust para may eliminate tayo later. Okay, so this is now our equations in the system. So dahil nga nag-multiply by -2, we can now add to eliminate the variable x. So, let me enclose this in the parentheses. So, we're going to add. Okay? Kasi ba nag-add? Kasi yun ating dinecide na maging operation to eliminate variable x. So, -2x plus +2x, cancel. Okay? Tama? Kasi nga, additive inverses ang kanyang coefficients. Now, +4 plus -4. Ayan, sabi ng iba, eliminated lahat. Ayan, sabi ni Joms Doronilla. Okay, tama ba siya? Tingnan natin. Okay, -4y plus -4i, 0 din. Eliminated lahat. And then, hindi pala, eliminated din yung y. And then, -8 plus 8, eliminated din kasi inverses din yan. So, ano mangyayari? 0, ang sagot sa left side, kasi nga eliminated lahat, equals 0. Ano ibig sabihin niya kapag 0 equals 0 yung naging sagot or naging equation natin? Wala na tayong variable na natira. X and Y are both eliminated. Sige nga. What does this indicate? Why do we have a 0 equals 0 as the resulting equation upon elimination? Anyone? Sinong familiar dito sa systems of linear equations? So kapag 0, unlike kanina, di ba? Ang ating nakukuha, either x equals a constant or y equals a constant. But this time, 0 equals 0. Ang ibig lang sabihin yan, okay, the system has yan. So ito ang, okay, makakapag-describe sa ating system, it has infinitely many solutions. Okay, nakapag-ginraph mo ang equation 1 at equation 2 as lines, you're going to get coinciding lines. Ibig sabihin, if this is equation 1, okay, this will also be the spot for equation 2. So coinciding, ibig sabihin, parehas sila ng slope, parehas sila ng y-intersect. So it has infinitely many solutions. Okay? So that is one of the types of systems of linear equations. Has infinitely many solutions, or ang tawag dito ay okay, consistent because it has solutions but dependent. Okay? Consistent but dependent. Bakit consistent? It has solutions. Bakit dependent? Because it has infinitely many solutions. Sige nga, kung infinitely many ang solutions na yan, so we can give examples of solutions. Sige nga, anyone who could give me a value of x and a value of y, okay, that will make both of the equations in the system true. Again, since there are infinitely many solutions for the system, give me a pair, an ordered pair, a value of x and a value of y that will make the equation, okay, true. Anyone? Okay, good morning din po, Ma'am Lucy Del Sam from Kaunlaran High School. Yan, from grade 10 Topaz. Okay. Again, give me a pair. Give me a pair of solutions for the system. Paburin ko muna ito, ha? So, isulat natin yung original equation sa systems, as a system of linear equations. Yan. Anyone? Kung dependent siya, ibig sabihin ba, ang value ng y nagdedepende sa value ng x? Tingnan natin, ha? Kung may nabigay ng sagot si Joms Doronila, x is 0, y is negative 2. So that's ordered pair 0, negative 2. Let's try that. X is 0, y should be negative 2. So by substitution, so since x is 0, so 0, minus 2 times the value of y na binigay ni Jeronila, negative 2, is it equal to 4? So, dahil 0 na siya, yung exact, ibig sabihin, we can just simply ignore it or cancel natin. So, we are left with negative 2 times negative 2, or simply positive 4. Is it equal to 4? Yes, that's correct. Now, let's see if this pair also applies sa second equation. 2 times 0, so 0. Ibig sabihin, cancelled na yung x dito, no? Then negative 4 times negative 2, that's positive 8. Indeed, equal to 8. So tama. 0 and negative 2, okay, is just one of the many solutions of the given equation. So meron din tayong from Cyril Joy, 6 and 1. Try natin. So 6 and 1 ang binigay ni Cyril. So 6. And then 2 times 1 is 2. So 6 minus 2, 4. So correct siya sa first equation. Next, 2 times 6 is 12. And then 4 times 1 is 4. So 12 minus 4, 8. So, tama din ito. So, ibig sabihin, ang ordered pair 6-1 is a point. Okay? Nadadaanan ng line ng dalawang equations na to na coinciding sila. Okay, let's have another this time. Tingnan natin if we're going to have a constant as a solution to the system. Okay. Let's have x plus 2y equals 0 and negative x plus y equals 3. Yan. So again, look at the coefficients. Kapag mas convenient para sa iyo na mag-eliminate ng isang variable, let's do it. So alin ang madaling ma-eliminate dyan without having to do an extra step? So compare natin yung mga coefficients. So sa x, positive 1 dito, dito negative 1. Sa y, positive 2 dito, dito positive 1. So madaling mag-eliminate kapag x ang pipiliin mong i-eliminate. Kasi ang kanyang coefficients ay additive inverses. So kapag ganun ang case, we can simply add the two equations to eliminate the variable x. So let's do that. So mag-add na tayo. Okay? So again, negative x plus negative x ay cancel because negative 1 plus negative 1 is 0. 2y plus 1y is 3y. Equals 0 plus 3 is just 3. And then, to get the value of y, we simply have to divide both sides by 3. So it means y is equal to 1. And then, let's substitute the value of y to any of the two equations in the system. So try natin dito sa pangalawa. So negative x plus y, whose value is 1, equals 3. So negative x plus 1 equals 3. So, mag-transpose tayo. Or, ang transpose kasi ay shortcut lang. Ibig sabihin, the principle behind that is using properties of equality. So, we have to subtract both sides, okay, by 1 to eliminate yung constant na positive 1 sa left side. This is subtraction property of equality. Kapag nag-engineering ka, bago mong sabihin na nag-transpose ka. Okay? Kapag shortcut lang din yun. So, negative x equals, okay? So, cancel din constant ng 1. What is 3 minus 1? That is 2. Are we done already? No. Kasi ang variable natin na may coefficient pa ng negative 1. This is negative of x. Meaning, meron kang coefficient yun ng negative 1. So, we have to divide both sides by negative 1 to get the value of x, which is negative 2. So, negative 2 ang ating nakuhang value ng x. Ibig sabihin lang yan, negative 2, okay? So, negative of negative 2, which is positive 2 plus 1 is 3. O, sa first equation, try natin. So, negative 2 ang x. So, that means negative 2 plus 2 times y, which is 1. So, 2 times 1 is 2. So, tingnan natin. So, x plus 2y equals 0. The value of x that we have obtained dito sa part na to ay negative 2. Plus 2 times y, or 2 times 1 is 2. Equals 0. So, these are inverses. Ibig sabihin, 0 magiging result. So, indeed, equal to 0. So, tama yung ating nakuha mga sagot. Ibig sabihin yan, expressing the solution as an ordered pair, we have negative 2, 1. Ibig sabihin, ito yung coordinates ng point kung saan magi-intersect ang dalawang lines, okay, described by the equations in the system. So kapag nag-i-intersect ang dalawang lines, hindi sila coinciding, ang tawag sa system na yan ay consistent because it has solutions, okay, and independent because it only has exactly independent. Okay, consistent, independent. Kasi nga, it has exactly one solution. Yeah. Okay, let's have another. Or this time, okay, magbigay ako ulit ng problem para meron tayong variation sa ating pagsasagot. Okay, I'll be reading lang the problem. Yan. So, when I was a student, ang pinaka-favorite kong algebraic problems involving algebraic equations ay H problem. So, bigyan ko kayo ng H problem, ha? Yan. The difference, okay? I'll be taking note na lang of the word clues. The difference between the present ages years ago ay 55. So, sa first statement, dinidescribe ang present ages. The difference is 9. But on the second statement, dinidescribe ang past ages nila. Okay? 3 years ago kasi. So, 3 years ago yan. So, yan. No, nag-block yung ating screen. So, nawawala yung connection natin. Converge, nanawagan kami. Joke lang. Okay. So, let's come up with the equations to form the system. So, sa first statement, difference yan. Ibig sabihin, we have to subtract. Okay? Bell's age by Jerome's age. So, we have x minus y. Kasi nga, difference of their present ages. Ibig sabihin, x represents Bell's present age, y represents Jerome's present age. So the difference is 9. So x minus y equals 9. Now, how about the second statement, the sum? But 3 years ago yan. So mag-a-add tayo. So we have 2, right, a plus sign. Yan. The result here is 55. Kaya lang, we have to represent, okay, the quantities properly. So 3 years ago. So if at present, Belle is X years old, ibig sabihin, 3 years ago, she was X minus 3 years old. So ibig sabihin, mag-minus lang tayo ng 3, okay, sa present age niya. Next, so, kay Jerome naman, to represent his age 3 years ago, we simply have to subtract y by 3. So we have X minus 3 plus y minus 3 equals 55. So we can rewrite this equation here by combining the constants negative 3 and negative 3. So we have x plus y minus 6 equals 55. Now, rewriting this equation in the form ax plus by equals c. So that means dapat wala tayong constant sa left side. So we have to add both sides by 6. To eliminate negative 6 sa left side. So adding by 6, we get x plus y equals 61. So this will be the second equation in the system. And this is the first one. X minus y equals 9. X plus y equals 61. Ayan. So maganda-ganda yung ating mga coefficients. For x, parehong 1 yan. For y, inverses kasi negative and positive 1 ang coefficient. So, pwede ka mag-eliminate ng x or pwede mag-eliminate din ng y immediately. Okay? So, what do we have to eliminate? So, pwede ng x, pwede ring y. So, y naman ngayon. So, let's eliminate y. But since the coefficients of y in both equations are additive inverses, let me write here the equations. So kapag additive inverses ang coefficients ng variable na ini-eliminate mo, ibig sabihin you have to add. Yan. So, what is x plus x? Siyempre, 2x. And then negative y plus negative y, eliminated, cancelled, rejected. 9 plus 61, 70. Okay, so ibig sabihin, 2 times the present age of Belle. Diba? Ang x ay present age ni Belle equals 70. So twice, Belle's present age is 70. So ano yung age niya at present? So we have to divide both sides by x. So x equals 35. So ibig sabihin, 35 na si Belle at present. 35 anyos, so 35 years old. What about si Jerome? Yan. So madaling mag-substitute siguro dito na lang sa first equation. The difference between their ages is 9. So if Bell is 35, so 35 minus y equals 9 yon. Yeah, so let's write that on the board. So 35 minus y equals 9. So we're looking for, or we're determining the age of Jerome at present. So anong result? What is 35 minus y equals 9? What's the value? Okay. May sagot na si Mark Andrew Estabilio Sanchez. Y daw is 26. Tama ba siya? Yes. Diba? When the subtrahend is missing, all we have to do, okay, is to subtract the minuend, okay, by the difference. So 35 minus 9 should be equal to y. And that is indeed 26. Yeah. So, at present, Bell is 35 years old, Jerome is 26 years old. Oh, ilan taon sila 3 years ago? 35 minus 3, 32. 26 minus 3, 23. And 32 plus 23 ay 55. So, tama yung binigay sa problem. Their ages 3 years ago, okay, will add up to 55. So, tama yan. Okay, so, another problem is done, or is solved, rather. So, let's go back to solving systems of linear equations. So, mabigay tayo ng medyo mahirap. Okay, kasi may fraction. Okay, let's have 1/2 x plus 10y equals 0. And then x minus 5y minus 5 equals 0. Yeah. So, before you eliminate, okay, see to it that both equations in the system are written in the form ax plus by equals c. I think this is the standard form of linear equations in two variables. So the first equation in the system is already written in this form. However, the second one is not yet written in the said form kasi we see a constant term in the on the left side. So all we have to do is to add both sides by 5. That means we're going to have plus 5. Okay. So we have x minus 5y and negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So equals 0 plus 5. So that is just 5. So ibig sabihin, na-write na natin ang second equation in the standard form. So let me write them here. Ayan. So, we cannot eliminate yet because we can see na hindi parehas ang coefficients ng x or hindi din sila additive inverses, ganun din sa y. So what do we have to do? So again, we have to decide which variable we want to eliminate. So let's say we want to eliminate the variable x. Okay? So x ang ating i-eliminate. And let's say na gusto nating mag-subtract. Okay? So we're going to use subtraction as our means to eliminate variable x later. So, let me write muna the coefficients of x. 1/2. And then, for the second equation, it's just 1. So, how can 1/2 and 1, okay, be equal to 0 when they are subtracted? Anong ating kailangan gawin? 1/2 and 1. So, yun ang coefficients ng x. Para ma-eliminate ang x, dapat ang maging difference ng dalawang coefficients ay 0. So, what do we have to do? Good morning po. Okay, give best to Diarin from Balara High School. Uy, meron agad nakasagot ha. CN Vargas, x is 4, y is negative 1/5. Sige, save natin yan dito. Let's see if you got the correct answer. X is 4, y is negative 1/5. Let's go back. So again, 1/2 yung tawag ito yung coefficient ng x sa unang equation. Sa pangalawa, 1. Now, if dito lang tayo magmamanipulate sa 1/2 para maging equal to 0 ang difference nito at nung 1, I think, okay, we can multiply 1/2 by 2. Try natin ha. Minus 1 equals 0. What is 1/2 of 2? 1, tama? And 1 minus 1 equals 0. Ibig sabihin, dapat itong coefficient ng x, okay, sa unang equation na 1/2 ay i-multiply sa 2. Para maging 1 siya, may eliminate yung x later. So, If that applies to x, ibig sabihin, it has to be done to the entire equation. Meaning, we have to multiply both sides by 2. Okay, let's do that. So, 1/2 of x plus 10y times 2 equals 0 times 2. So this is multiplication property of equality. Okay? Because we're doing the same thing. We're multiplying both sides by the same number. So 1/2 x times 2 is 2 over 2 of x, or simply 1x, or simply x. Plus 10y times 2, it will give us 20y. Equals 0 times 2, or simply 0. So ito na yung ating na-derive na equation upon multiplying both sides by 2. And we can write up under this equation yung second equation na x minus 5y equals 5. Yan. So at this time, we can already eliminate variable x by means of subtraction. So we have to subtract both sides. Okay? You have to subtract both equations. So x minus x cancelled. 20 minus negative 5. 20 minus negative 5, that means we have to change it to 20 plus positive 5. That gives us 25. Y equals 0 minus 5. That is equal to negative 5. Yan. Parang may tama si ano kanina. Sino kasi yun? X equals 4 daw, tapos y equals negative 1/5. Yan. So, 25y equals negative 5. So, to determine the value of y, we have to divide both sides by 25. So, 25y over 25 equals negative 5 over 25. So, 25y over 25 is just y equals, okay, we have to reduce, okay, the negative fraction in its simplest form. So, ang negative 5 over 25, so the numerator and denominator are both divisible by 5, tama? So, ibig sabihin, we can simplify negative 5 over 25 as negative 1/5. Ayan. So, tama yung binigay na value ng y ng isang nag-comment kanina. Okay? So, we have to determine now the value of x. Okay. Let's use the second equation kasi parang mas mababa yung value ng coefficient na niya. Okay. So, we have x minus 5 times the value of y, which is negative 1/5, equals 5. So x, and let's treat this as negative 5 times negative 1/5. So negative 5 times negative 1/5 ay magiging positive yung sagot, tama? Kasi they are both, or they have the same sign. And it will be equal to 5 over 5, or simply 1, positive 1. So x plus 1 equals 5. And therefore, since this is addition equation na missing ang addend, subtract yung sum sa given addend. That means x equals 5 minus 1. So tama nga yung bigyan ng sagot kanina. 4 and 1/5. Very good. Very good yung bigyan ng sagot kanina. 4 and 1/5 ang ating solution. So x equals 4. Yeah. So let's have another word problem this time. So nag-sum problem na, tama? Hindi, nag-number problem na tayo, nag-age problem na tayo. Let's have this time digits, okay? Problem. Yan. So ito yung medyo nahirapan din ako nung college na ako, math major pa ako noon. Nagku-quiz bee kami noon. So parang isa sa mga bigay na problem at hindi kami ganong exposed sa pagsosolve ng ganyang klaseng problem. Kaya nahirapan kami i-solve siya. So but this time, okay, let me share how it is really done using the concept of systems of linear equations. Okay. Let me read the problem. The sum of the digits of a 2-digit number is 13. Okay, let me first write, okay, 2 blanks. So we have a 2-digit number. Let's say the 10th digit is x and the 1st digit is 1. So let's read it as xy. So the 2-digit number is xy. Okay? And the sum of the digits in this number, so which means we have to add x and y, and the result is 13 because it is said here that the sum of the digits of the 2-digit number is 13. If the digits are reversed, okay, bago muna yon. So if the 10th digit is x and the ones digit is y, how can we express the two-digit number in expanded form? So again, x is in the tens place, y is in the ones place. Oh, nakalimutan niyo na ba yung expanded form? Halimbawa, 13. Diba equal yan sa 10 plus 3? Or pwede rin namang sabihin, okay, using place value, 1 times 10, kasi nga ang digit 1 ay nasa tens place, added, okay, sa 3 times 1. Kasi ang 3 ay nasa ones place. So we're going to apply this principle sa ating problem. So ibig sabihin, okay, tama si Cyril Joyce. Very good. X times 10 plus y. Okay? Bakit y lang? Kasi y times 1 is just y. So we have x times 10 plus y times 1. Kasi nga ang x ay nasa tens place at ang y ay nasa ones place. Or we can write it as 10x plus y. So ibig sabihin, the number being referred to can be expressed as 10x plus y, where x is the tens digit and y is the ones digit. Okay, now, let me continue. If the digits are reversed, okay, ibig sabihin, yung ones mapupunta sa tens place, yung nasa tens place mapupunta sa ones place. So, magiging yx. Tama? At, okay, we have to write this in expanded form. Otherwise, wala tong meaning. Okay? So, ang y ay nasa tens place, ibig sabihin, y times 10. Added by the value of the digit in the ones place. So, x times 1. Or, we can write it as 10y plus x. Okay? So, we have the expression, okay, for the statement na na-reverse yung digits, okay, ng number. So, yung original number ay ito, yung kanyang expanded form. At ang reverse, okay, ay ito, 10y plus x. Pero, ang sum pa rin ng digits, kaya na-reverse o hindi, ay 13. Okay, now let's continue. The new number form, ibig sabihin, we're talking about this. The new number form is 27 more than the original. Okay, so we have to come up now with the second equation kasi ito yung ating first. The new number form is 27 more than the original. So, yung new number ay ito, yung na-reverse yung digits. It is 27 more than, ibig sabihin, we have to add 27 to the original number, okay? Which we have expressed earlier as this one, 10x plus y. Yan. So, this will be the, okay, basis for our second equation. 10y plus x equals 10x plus y plus 27. So again, we have to rewrite this in ax plus by equals c. So, anong gagawin natin? So, 27 should stay here on the right side kasi nga equals constant siya, tama? So, ibig sabihin, itong mga terms natin sa right side na may x o y should be combined with the terms sa left side. So, magiging 10y plus x minus 10x minus y equals positive 27, or we can remove or drop the positive sign or plus sign. So, ang nangyari ay, nag-transpose tayo ulit. So, yung 10x naging negative 10x, yung positive y naging negative y. Then we combine similar terms. By the way, para may mali dito. Tama. 10y plus x para ito dapat. Sorry. 10y plus x. Ayan. So, we have to combine similar terms. So, yung may x muna. So, sino ba yung may x sa inyo? Okay. X minus 10x. What is x minus 10x? Negative 9x. Bakit negative 9? Kasi po, positive 1 ang coefficient ng x, but ito ay negative 10 yung coefficient niya. So, 1 minus 10 ay negative 9. Next, 10y minus y. So, this is 10 minus 1, and then affix lang yung y. That is positive 9 equals 27. Yan. So, negative 9x plus 9y equals 27. So, ito yung ating naging equation na pangalawa. So, negative 9x plus 9y equals 27. At, okay, ang una ay x plus y equals 13. So, First equation, second equation. What can we eliminate? So again, hindi tayo makakapag-eliminate agad because the coefficient of x are 1 and negative 9, not equal, neither are they additive inverses. For y, 1 and positive 9. Again, hindi din equal, hindi rin additive inverses of each other. So, i-write natin. So, we have x plus y equals 13 and negative 9x plus 9y equals 27. Yan. So, anong gusto nyong i-eliminate? Okay? O, dahil nagigigil kayo sa x nyo, x na lang ulit, no? Okay. So, x ang i-eliminate natin. Kaya lang, we can see na ang coefficient ng x sa unang equation ay 1. Sa pangalawa ay negative 9. So, 1 and negative 9. So, how can the coefficients, okay, be combined so that the result is 0? So, again, that's 1 and negative 9. Let's say, ang magiging operation natin ay addition or may plus sign tayo dapat. So, 1 plus negative 9 is equal to 0. So, we have to manipulate something on the left side so that the equation will be true. Magiging equal to 0 nga. So, anong pwede natin gawin? We have or we can multiply 1 by 9. Add it by negative 9. The result will be 0. Bakit? 1 times 9 is 9 plus negative 9 indeed equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, if we have to multiply the coefficient of x by 9, okay, we have to do that to the entire equation, to both sides of the equation. So, we have x plus y quantity times 9 equals 13 times 9. That means we get 9x plus 9y equals 13 times 9 is 117. And then we rewrite the second equation in the system, negative 9x plus 9y equals 27. And as mentioned earlier, we will add, okay, the equations to eliminate variable x. So 9x plus negative 9x is 0 or cancelled na yung ating variable x. And then 9y plus 9y is 18y equals 117 plus 27 ay 144. Tama? And to determine the value of y, we have to divide both sides by 80, the coefficient of y. And therefore, y is equal to the quotient when you divide 144 by 18, which is equal to 8. So y is equal to 8. Ibig sabihin, yan yung ones digit. Tama? Yan yung ones digit. Remember? X, y. Yung ones digit natin ay yung y. So this is 8. And let's just use the clue na binigay kanina na the sum of the digits is 13. So ibig sabihin, kung ang sum ng digits sa two-digit number ay 13 at ang isa sa mga digits ay 8, ano dapat yung maging value ng x? So, anong i-add mo sa 8 to get 13? It should be 5. Okay? So, 58. Tama ba? Yes, may sinuggest si Sir MV Cacho. X plus y equals 13 minus x plus y equals 27. Yes, yung pag-divide by 9 siguro kanina yan. Yes, tama. Marireduce natin yung equation by dividing both sides by 9. Okay, tama si Sir MV. Thank you for that. Okay. Now, let's see if I am on the right track. Okay, so 58. Tama? 58. And then 85. So, yung original number ay 58. Ang pag ni-reverse ay magiging 85. So, let's subtract 85 by 58. So, 15 minus 8 is 7. This will be 7 minus 5, so 2. So, tama. So, the number 4, when the digits are reversed, is 27 more than the original number, which is 58. Ayan. Tama. And sige, let's use the suggestion, or let's follow the suggestion of Mr. Gacho. Tama? Okay? And let's see if we're going to get the same result. Napansin ko rin yan kanina na the terms in the second equation are all divisible by 9. Ibig sabihin, we can reduce it nga as, okay, try natin. So divide natin both sides by 9. Okay? So negative 9x over 9 is just negative x plus 9y over 9 is just y equals 27 over 9 is 3. Yan. So na-reduce nga. So we're going to deal with smaller numbers na lang. So let's do it again. Negative x plus y equals 13. The second equation, the reduced version, is negative x plus y equals 3. So kapag ganyang form, mas madali nga naman. So we can already eliminate by, okay, if we want x to be the one eliminated again, we can just add. Kasi nga, inverses naman ang kanyang coefficients. So x plus negative x cancelled. Y plus y is 2y equals 13 plus 3, 16. And dividing both sides by 2, we get that y is equal to 8. And therefore, we will get also that x is 5 since the sum of the digits is 13. So very good suggestion, Sir Gacho. Okay. Next. O sige, let's have the last one to close the session. Last word problem. Okay. Let me... Ano ba? Let's have another digits problem ulit. Sige. The sum of the digits of a two-digit number is 14. Okay. The sum of the digits of a two-digit number is 14. So again, matik na dapat na mag-represent tayo using two variables. So, let x be the tens digit and y be the ones digit. So, kung talagang visual ka, gusto mo nakikita yung mismong representation, so gamit ka ng blanks. So, this is where you put x since it's in the tens place, and this is where you put y. And as mentioned earlier, the sum of the digits in the two-digit number is 14. So we get that x, or we write that x plus y is 14. So this will be the first equation in the system. Next, the tens digit is 1 less than twice the units digit. Again, the tens digit is 1 less than twice. Okay, so tens digit is 1 less than twice the ones digit. So let's express x in terms of y. So x is equal to, so 1 less than, meaning we have to subtract a quantity by 1. Hindi siya 1 minus, but rather it's quantity minus 1. So what do we have to subtract? Okay, by 1. Twice the ones digit. The ones digit is y. So ibig sabihin, twice, ibig sabihin 2 times. So 2y. So x equals 2y minus 1. So x equals 2y minus 1. This will be the second equation. Okay? And then this is the first equation. Tama? X plus y equals 14. So to write it in ax plus by equals c4, we simply have to transpose, okay, 2y, so magiging x minus 2y equals negative 1. So, since we are using elimination, although, meron pa tayong isang method na tatawag na substitution. Okay, but let's stick to elimination. So, x minus 2y equals negative 1. So, we just transpose 2y, naging negative 2y sa left side. Or, the principle behind that is we subtracted both sides by 2y so that the 2y is eliminated on the right side. So, x minus 2y equals negative 1. And we have x plus y equals 14. So again, mas madaling i-eliminate kapag parehas ang coefficient or kapag inverses, additive inverses ang coefficient. So this time, x ulit ang mai-eliminate natin by subtraction. So, x minus x cancelled. Negative 2y minus y. So that is negative 2 minus 1. That gives negative 3, and then affix y. So negative 3y equals negative 1 minus 14. That has to be equal to negative 15. So So that means we have to divide by 3 so that the value of y is obtained, which is positive 5. So ibig sabihin, ang ating ones digit ay 5. Ang sum ng dalawang digits na yan ay 14. Ibig sabihin, blank or x plus 5 is 14. Yan. So again, since the sum of the digits is 14, so mental math, what should I add to 5? Or what should I increase by 5 to get 14? That is 9. Or we can use this equation we formed earlier, yung second equation, x equals 2y minus 1. So 2 times the value of y, which is 5, sorry. 2 times 5 is 10 minus 1. So again, it's 9. So therefore, the 2-digit number is 95. Okay, so again, that has been our session for today, remediation for high school math. Our topic is solving systems of linear equations using the elimination method. So I hope meron tayong natutuhan kahit papaano from our session today, and we hope na you stay tuned para sa mga next pa nating i-discuss. So in 2 weeks time or in I don't know if 2 weeks ba or 1 week, we're going to start again with our regular ETUlay sessions na meron na tayo from kinder to senior high school. Okay, and ang math ay every Friday. Ang Math Talino Day ay every Friday. So supportahan nyo kami mga math tutors every Friday from, again, I think 1 p.m. and onwards. Kasama ang ating mga ALS tutors. Okay, so thank you again sa mga tumutok sa umagang ito. I am privileged na naging tutor ako for today's session. And salamat sa mga nag-comment sa ating comment section. We appreciate your participation sa ating session. And wag po kayong magli-leave pa dahil meron tayong storytelling session kasama ang ating next na tutor. So again, maraming salamat and you keep safe. God bless everyone. Thank you.
Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto, huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.